Hey, it's Brian here, better known as Alfalfa. I love my hair the way it looks on YouTube. Time to get serious now. Anyways, just putting out an update on the system that's being created. It's kind of working. Got a very rudimentary system in place now. There's a lot of. It's not very elegant. It's more patchwork than anything else. But I'm just putting out an update for a lot of people that have been following on the system and where it's going, next step sort of thing. So what we've done is with a contribution from my quant friend in London, who's pretty well saved me probably a good couple of months of work. We've cracked through one of the hardest steps in creating a platform. So the next couple of steps is kind of more visual, have a better impact. Right now, if I showed you the system, it doesn't look like it does a lot, but behind the scenes it's quite hairy. There's a lot of stuff in there. Anyways, so what we've got is we've got a public a message queuing system between two processes, console applications. One will read in live tick data from IQFeed, and then from there through the queuing messaging, it will then send it to a client or a subscriber, a pub sub model. And then the sub will basically import the data and then be able to put it into a threading process and kind of convert the ticks into a more optimal way of processing for a model or a signal or an indicator. Does it very efficiently, and it's much more simplistic and would literally save you probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably into the range of millions of dollars, because this little set of two classes in C# there are equivalent of something you'd find in KDB. I mean, KDB is much bigger, but the crust of it's the same. And this is done in a really nice way, and it's kind of in small chunks where you can kind of easily understand it after probably running it through the interactive debugger in Visual Studio a couple times. You eventually catch on how it works. But building it from scratch with very little coding experience or software engineering experience would be an impossible job without my quant friend. So as I keep saying, kudos to him. Thanks so much for his work. So there's been a demo and a code walkthrough on my quantlabs.net membership on that. Not released the code just due to security reasons, because that is a very valuable set of code. If it gets in our, I won't say wrong hands, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, the next set of steps is last week I demoed a lot of really cool visualization capabilities using DevExpress. So the next step is to actually have that visualization working, and it's done in real time as well. And it's the best that you could probably find for .NET. There is another package called Ultimate Charts, but apparently it's just as expensive as DevExpress. But DevExpress is probably, I'll get nearly as good, but DevExpress does a lot more than an Ultimate Charts. So the point is I want to get that up and running, and that's going to be the next step. From there, what we start working on, of course, is the strategies. Now, I've got one strategy that's very proprietary that no one's going to be seeing for options trading, and that's for one of my friends, I guess we could say, out of the U.S. And that's been the whole gist behind running and going through this whole process over the last, I'll say, month. But once I see that working, we're going to be working on that, just using that model, that options trading model. We might do another one as well. I'm going to try to find somebody to help out there to do a more generic one that's fairly well known. We call it the Karen trading strategy. If you haven't seen some of the videos I posted on this lady who started a fund using options trading, has built it up to some crazy 100 million plus business. So kudos to her for doing it. But we want to try to replicate that in MATLAB and then try to be able to co-generate that for this platform. So we want to use that as a model for public use and try to see where it goes. And but we're also going to have this other strategy as well. Plus, I'm getting quite a lot of ideas from strategies, especially from my quant friend who's doing quite well on his system. And there's a couple of strategies I'm understanding now that I like to implement as well. But again, these type of strategies obviously are very proprietary. So, you know, what my whole mission here is to show people how to build platforms and trading strategies and implement them. But then there's also, again, those secret sauce trading strategies that are really, really valuable. You know, there's ones that do quite well that you can get on somewhere online for a MetaTrader or something. But there's other ones that that are out there but are doing really, really well, but we just don't talk about it. So there's that. And then this week, of course, coming up, I think it's on Thursday, the 15th of August, is Ernie Chan, where you guys get to talk to a real live trading strategy, or you get to talk to a real live trading strategy. Better than that, you get to talk to somebody who actually creates and writes and develops them. Quant, of course, I'm talking about Dr. Ernie Chan, and he's the best of the best that I've come across. I'm very open and really down-to-earth guy, and he's a great guy to talk to. So we're going to open up for people that want to have opportunity to do this, which is probably the one-time event. And even on top of that, I'm going to have the quant, London Quant on it as well. So it's going to be the meeting of the minds, which is going to be really, really awesome to do. Jesus, man, my hair makes me look like Alfalfa from Little Rascals. Anyways, but there's some really good stuff. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks we're going to start to really crank out some really cool stuff for both Forex and options trading. And yeah, I think the fall is going to be great because we're also gearing up for a new revamping on the Quant Labs hodgepodge of a website called whatever, but it really needs an intervention in terms of design, so we're going to go through that as well. And as I said, now, and I'm going to repeat this, there's no date yet set, but it's coming. Once the system's at a comfortable level, I'll be closing off the premium membership and redoing a newer membership as well. As I said, it's going to be more streamlined, but it won't have all the really neat little gold nuggets out in that membership that you could dig for and find some really cool stuff in there. But that will be closed off permanently with no more public access at all, and only the current members up to that date will get access to it. And then I'll just take out all the more useful, popular stuff out of the that membership and turn it into the newer membership and make it, like I said, a lot more easier to consume. It's the right online word. But that's what's going on. So that's what you can expect on the next steps is visualization using the Dev Express. And I think once you see it, you're going to go, wow, and how fast it is. And remember, this is on ticks, not minute data, 5 minutes. This is on ticks. And some of the stuff that I've seen, I was talking to a good example is my London Quant friend who puts in $5,000 onto a trade yesterday. And within 2 hours, he walked away with 20,000. It's just, and that's again all on tick trading, not minute or 2 minute. There's just so much opportunity out there that people are missing out on. So just to let you know that we're trying to replicate the best of the best out there, and I think it's coming together, and I'm really excited, especially on Thursday, the 15th of August. You'll see it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and have a good week, and happy trading, I guess. Later.